The Chinese just announced that they're done with gloves. For now. The total value of all gloves dropped 4.5%. But here's the thing. I don't think they're actually done. This, calls, and more. Coming up right now on DE News. Welcome to DE News. I'm your host, Mike Water 9. Let's get straight into it. Market cap right now is at $5.65 billion, meaning we are down around 2.2% on the week. Now, if you've been watching the last couple of DE Newses, you'll notice a pattern. We're up 1 week, we're down 1 week, we're up 1 week, we're down 1 week, over and over and over again. And despite this, it shouldn't stress you out. CS2 has a built-in week-long trade hold, meaning that these are basically just transactions that would happen on a daily basis in any other market. We move slower than traditional markets, and to our benefit, that's fine because of all the fees incurred. As long as the up weeks beat or even match the down weeks, then we're sitting pretty. And for the most part, we have been. The real story is not that we're keep going sideways. That's perfectly fine. It's where this money is transferring out of and where it's transferring into. Now let's talk about gloves. The glove index, which houses every single glove in the game, is down 4.5% on the week. The main targets of the price dip were the Generation 1 gloves, which are in the glove case. The glove case itself went from a high of around 35 to around 22 right now, and it's still going down as we speak. Now, do I believe China is fully stepping away from glove manipulation, as they've claimed? Well, not entirely. Now, one theory that I saw on the Mike Water 9 Discord is that they're simply letting the prices fall to below $2,000. That way the manipulation can exist within the realm of the Steam market, which gives Steams their fees and doesn't piss them off and make them chase China later on. It's a very solid theory that could be what they're doing, and they could just be waiting for it to go back down under that threshold before they start touching gloves again. Or they're just faking it, letting retail panic sell, which allows them to buy back in at a cheaper price, thus gaining more supply for the same original cost that they had before, to which they resume the pump and assume even more control over the item that they're pumping. Now, I don't know which one it is, and anyone who tells you they do is just taking an educated guess. But I will tell you this. I would not put any of my money near a fucking glove right now. Or at least the ones in Generation 1. Let them fall. They're way too risky right now at their current floor prices. Now, speaking of manipulation, let's visit last week's calls. And firstly, we'll look at our bot on DexSkin that recommended the CZ75 Slalom factory new. The Slalom is from the graphic design collection and has a good float cap, so I thought it had good fundamentals to actually go up. Now, the spike happened after the video because most of you motherfuckers just bought it, and we've seen a pullback, but it has not been as drastic. We started to trade sideways at a higher level than we did last week prior, which means that the gun was undervalued and it either caught some manipulation or it just caught a gun with good fundamentals that was oversold over the last couple of weeks. Either way, that's good. We are up on that position. I will not take credit for it. That is the bot. I will visit my calls right now. Now, some of them we are still accumulating, such as the recoil case and the gallery case. Both have traded pretty much sideways, couple cents up, couple cents down. This is still an accumulation play, especially for the recoil. We're waiting for news on discontinuations. But in general, cases are a weird asset to get into right now. They should be the safest thing in the game, but right now they're in limbo. I'm more comfortable personally going right into the skins that are in the case, which is why I had recommended the AK Outsiders, which is in the gallery case as an input. And that one seems to be doing pretty well. Buy orders are getting higher and higher by the day. I had one gun that I put on the watch list because I wasn't sure how it was going to react. And that was the MP9 music box in factory new. Now, it did pull back in the short term, so good thing we didn't call it, but I would still be watching this one. It's from the 2021 Mirage collection, and it has the best float cap in its rarity range of blue. The 2021 Train collection was just replaced with the 2025 one, so it's not out of the question that we get a Dust 2 and a Mirage new collections in the future, maybe next year or two. Now, if you bought one, that's a good play skin in its own right, so maybe just hold on to it, wait till the some new collection news comes in. And then there's the MP7 Cirrus. Now, I didn't call this one on DE News. I called it a couple of days ago because it was, for its price, undervalued in the glove case, and you absolute degenerates spiked it to like $10 within an hour. Now, it's back down now to around $4 from its previous $1, which is good, but no shit, it dropped back down. So allow me to be clear. Do not buy spikes. You will lose money every time. There is always a pullback. Wait for a pullback. Not only do you look stupid, you make me look like a fucking idiot. And now I have to listen to some idiot Bulgarian talk to me in his fucking broken English about how he lost money from my call. Take your FOMO and shove it up your fucking ass. If you missed it, that's your problem. Don't buy the fucking peak. If you did, you deserve to lose money. That's natural selection. Now, speaking of buying things intelligently, The lovely ladies and gentlemen at UUSkins are sponsoring DE News tonight. They are also sponsoring our giveaway, which ends on January 19th. Take a look right here, scan the QR code, sign up for UUSkins, and then enter the giveaway on our Discord channel, which is in the link or in the QR code somewhere on this screen. Now, UUSkins is the best peer-to-peer marketplace in CS2 right now. Yes, it's better than Float. The rates are akin to China's. They match UPin and Buff's prices right now, currently. Go check it. Not only that, you don't need a VPN, a burner identity, and you don't need to pay some dude in China to buy the skins for you. Delivery is fast, there's 24/7 support if you run into any problems on the website, and when you buy cheaper, your portfolio looks better. Simple math. Link is in the pinned comment or on the QR code somewhere on the screen. Back to the news. Alright, a little bit of rapid fire for you. General news here. We covered this yesterday, but if you didn't see it, Anubis is back in for Premier Season 4. Train is out. If you were holding Train skins, you should have sold because there was no news on Train 2025 being discontinued from the armory. Prices have pulled back, so you've missed that opportunity. But if you still have some Train skins, I would not worry. There's going to be another time in which they actually are discontinued and you'll see a pump. MP9s, some of them continue to rip. The MP9 stained glass is up to $1,000 on most websites right now. From last week, that is a 55% gain again. Most cases are down on the week except for the Falcon case, which saw a pretty substantial price increase of around 15%. But interestingly, while cases are down for the most part, the skins inside and the indexes correlated with them are up. Broken Fang, Esports 2013, Falcon, Winter Offensive, to name a few. This is something to keep our eyes on as money is now moving out of the glove case and it's confirmed to be happening. Tuesday we are getting an update, so save some money for the Budapest sale, which should be inevitable on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Last days of Premier Season 3, so if you haven't played, get your rank, make sure you get your little badge. Get those games in. Now for our calls. We'll first start with Deck Skin and we'll use the bot to give us our new call of the week. Reminder, it is still in its training phase. It won't be completely ready until about early February where we can trust it to make a call. We'll leave this one on our watch list, and it is the AK-47 Wasteland Rebel. The AK-47 Wasteland Rebel is from the Vanguard case, which is a pretty rare case, pretty old at this point. And as we just discussed, there's a lot of attention going into cases right now, which one is going to be next when they pump their money into something. We saw the P2000s move, and we saw the P2000s move last week, along with the MP7 and along with the MP9. So this could be an interesting choice. However, it is a pretty expensive entrance, so I would just watch this one, see how it does for the next couple of weeks. See how well the bot's doing on its price manipulation, like identification. Now, for my 3 calls of the week. The first one is going to be the Winter Offensive case. We have seen the case go up a little bit in the last couple of weeks, however, it's not substantial as of yet. It is by far the lowest supply among cases right now. A look at a case website will show you that the Winter Offensive is the closest case to extinction in terms of how long it will take to get to 0 cases left. And when that happens, the Winter Offensive collection and the skins inside of it are basically a discontinued collection. They will be no different from Gods and Monsters, Norse, whatever collection was in like an operation. But of course their supply will be much higher, but the stat tracks will be pretty in line with like collection skin rarities. So I might look into those as well, who knows. Chinese don't like stat track, but it still could be something worth looking into long term. Now 2 specific skins, I'll give you this as my second call. The M4A1S Guardian and the P250 Mehndi. Now, both of these skins are pinks within the Winter Offensive case. The M4A1S Guardian has a 0 to 0.5 float cap, but it is probably the best play skin within the case, besides the M4A4 Asimov, which is the red. And we have seen some odd price movement in the last couple of weeks regarding the Guardian. The P250 Mehndi is the highest float cap of the case, pretty much the only one in any rarity to be honest. The blues, purples, pinks, reds, none of them have a good float cap except for this P250 Mehndi. So even if it doesn't explode as a result of the Winter Offensive case getting popular, it's still a 0 to 1 float cap gun. It's only $50. So if you want to trade up to a red, but you want to guarantee yourself a red that's in an older case so you can trade up to a good knife, the Mehndi might be a very good filler in the long-term future. So I really like this skin. I myself am going to buy a few of these as I'm making this video. Call number 3. Now, call number 3 is a skin I've been holding personally for many months at this point. But when I was filming a video a couple nights ago showing this week's plays, I spotted the SG553 Berry Gel Coat, which is in the graphic design collection. Now, because of the recent price action we saw on the Slalom, the 3 purples within the graphic design collection are pretty expensive. There's one that's under 35 and the other 2 are above 50 or above 45 right now. And the SG553 Berry Coat sits around the 5 to 550 range right now on certain websites. And if you could get that skin under a .056 float, it is a factory new guaranteed trade up. And the odds of profit are pretty decent there on the trade up itself if you just use 10 of them. SG553 Berry Gel Coat under .056. That's not only a call, but a pretty good trade up opportunity for the next couple of days, at least. That's DE News for the week. Thank you guys very much for 6,000 subscribers. Words coming through a screen or text coming through a screen doesn't really showcase my gratitude, but just know I really do appreciate it, and I can't say it enough. Friday, I'll be doing a weekly segment where I cover the news from a strict Chinese perspective. I'm not talking about broad market movements. I'm talking about accounts that do shit, manipulation, what's going on, spotting them, spotting early pumps, whatever we can do. I'm trying to make this one more macro, and I'll make Fridays more micro, focused specifically on China. I'll be doing a live stream tonight. Link is in the pinned comment or in the QR code on the screen somewhere. Most likely around 5 to 6 p.m. I will schedule it on Twitch so you'll be able to see it. And with that, I'll see you guys next Sunday. Cheers.